What's the scariest thing you found while exploring? I've always been the kind of person who can't resist a keep out sign. Abandoned buildings, off-limits tunnels, locked up warehouses, they call to me like a siren song. So when my best friend Tyler told me about the derelict mining town just outside of Silver Creek, I knew we had to go. The place was technically on private land, fenced off and forgotten after the mine shut down in the late 80s. Half the buildings had caved in on themselves. The other half looked like they'd been frozen in time. Dust-covered shelves, rusted-out cars, broken toys lying in the dirt. We drove out on a Saturday, parked a mile away, and hopped the fence. At first, it was like every other urban exploration trip. We took photos, made dumb jokes, and poked around the old saloon. Then Tyler spotted something strange. Behind the row of collapsed buildings was a perfectly intact cabin. No graffiti, no broken windows, no sign anyone had been there in decades, except for the lock on the door. It wasn't old and rusted like the rest of the town. This one was brand new, shiny brass. Someone's using this place, Tyler whispered. We should have turned back, but curiosity doesn't listen to common sense. Tyler picked the lock, something he was disturbingly good at, and the door creaked open. The air inside was wrong. It didn't smell like dust or rot. It smelled clean, too clean. The cabin was furnished simply. A bed with crisp white sheets, a small table, and a single chair. No cobwebs, no dirt, but what made my skin crawl was the wall. Every inch was covered in photographs, dozens, maybe hundreds. Some were black and white, some were Polaroids, some glossy prints. All of them were of people. At first, I thought they were strangers, random faces, but then I noticed one of the photos was of me. It was a candid shot, me filling up my car at a gas station last month. I remember that day. I was alone. I froze, my stomach twisting. Tyler's voice shook. Dude, that's me. He pointed to a picture of him sitting on the steps outside his apartment, taken from across the street. We scanned the wall. There were more. Pictures of our friends, our families, our workplaces. Even my parents' house was there. The curtains drawn, but a dark silhouette in the window. In the center of the wall was a single photograph in a simple wooden frame. It showed the two of us standing at the edge of Silver Creek just a few hours ago. Someone had taken it today. That was when we heard the floorboard creak behind us. We spun around. The door was wide open, and a figure stood in the doorway. Tall, thin, wearing a faded blue miner's coat and a blank white mask. He didn't speak, didn't move, just stood there. Tyler grabbed my arm. Run! We bolted past him, not daring to look back. My legs felt like they were going to give out as we sprinted across the dirt street, leapt over the fence, and scrambled into the car. When we finally dared to glance behind us, the figure was standing at the edge of the fence, still wearing that mask, still watching. We didn't stop driving until we hit the main highway. I wanted to call the police, but Tyler convinced me it was a bad idea. We'd trespassed. They'd just fine us and write it off as some weird hermit living off the grid. But here's the thing. The next morning, I woke up to a text from an unknown number. No words, just a photo. It was of me, sleeping in my bed. I moved out of my apartment that day, and I've never gone back to Silver Creek. But sometimes, when I'm walking home at night, I swear I see someone at the end of the street. Tall, thin, wearing a faded blue coat.